Hello, gentlemen, and welcome to the second week of Virtual Salesianum. Hope week one wasn't too big a transition for you, and that at least in social studies, this video, the first version of it, made sense to you, helped to guide you through the assignments for week one, and that you met all of your classes with success. Hope everyone is staying happy and healthy in this era of social distancing. I'm going to dive right in so as to not extend the length of this video. So week two, at the tail end of week one, we entered World War One. Just from a very broad sense, talking about the assassination, the alliance system, and some of the other underlying causes like nationalism, imperialism, and militarism that led to the outbreak of World War One. This week, we're entirely focused on America's role in the war. So the big overarching question would be, why did America get involved in World War I? And you'll see that is reflected in each of the assignments that we're going to walk through this week. So with that said, I'm going to go ahead and share my screen so that you can see, hopefully, what I see. And in doing so, I've got each of the assignments posted to On Campus, and they're set to go live all at once with one exception. So tomorrow they will go live. You should obviously tackle lesson one prior to lesson two. Lesson two will go fully live on Wednesday. So let's walk through some of these. So week two, lesson one. What I'm asking you to do is to complete the TED-Ed assignment, America in World War I. This video is a crash course that does a great job of kind of explaining from a bird's eye view some of the themes that we should be thinking about when we're talking about America's role in the First World War. Secondly, I'm asking you to read section 19.2, and very important, I'm asking you to take notes following the format that's outlined on page 1369, or the second page of that section, the reading skills summarized section. So if we call this up right here, just going to quickly move us into 19.2, and you're going to see we're talking about this chart right here. So American home front, mobilization, opposition, and social change. You should have many things as you read that fit in each of these three categories. So hopefully that graphic, that visual kind of walks you through. The other thing I want to point out is you should know and understand each of these vocabulary words, each of the key words for that section. So what I'm asking you to do is to submit your notes by pasting the link to your Google Notes into your discussion response, and then type a thoughtful response, just like you would have any other time you read from the textbook, to the prompt below. The prompt is asking you, do you agree or disagree that it was right for America to fight in World War I? So again, we're looking at the causes. Why did America get involved? And really looking toward whether or not you believe, based on what you've watched and read, that America should have gotten involved in the war. One other helpful note, the link to the TED-Ed is right here as well as right here. Either take you to the same place. So that's assignment one, just two things, one video, TED-Ed, and one reading from the textbook. And I'm asking you to then formulate those two things into a coherent response. The second assignment, pay close attention. I've tried to enumerate these and ran into slight formatting issues when writing this out, so pay attention here. Week two, lesson two is not due until Saturday at midnight, Saturday, April 4th by midnight. What I'm asking you to do is use the resources that are located under Why Did America Get Involved in World War I on the topic board, and to research one of the 5 aspects that are indicated there. What you should do is create a 60 to 90 second movie that describes the aspect you've researched, then upload the iMovie to this Flipgrid right here. So these directions just echo what I was just talking you through. What I tried to hopefully do is break it out so that only a couple of you are researching the same thing. So Holden through Nick alphabetically should be looking at Sinking of the Lusitania. Andrew to Ryan, trench warfare. Michael to Steve, Zimmerman telegram. Jack to Joey, debating war. And Kian to Michon, total war. One thing to point out is you will see these located in the topic page for the World at War right here. Why did America get involved in the war? And you can see there are 2 to 3 resources for each topic here. Everybody see that? The very last thing for this week that I'm asking you to do is, after you've done all the work I've talked about to this point, I'm asking you to complete a World War I Begins quiz, which I will post to on campus. So let me just go through where that will be. That will be right here as of Wednesday. And again, it won't be due until Saturday at midnight. For those of you who receive extended time, you will actually see one that says extended time, and that's the one that you should take. For those of you who do not receive extended time, you will see just World War I Begins quiz, and that's the one that you should take. So a couple other things I just want to talk through before we wrap things up for today. I appreciate that this is a transition for all of us. I would much rather be talking with you live face-to-face in B082, though obviously that's not possible at this point in time. I also appreciate that everybody for week 1 tried their best and tried to not only figure out this new landscape, but also do so in a way that kept their learning going. I'm expecting an even bigger uptick in week 2. And one thing I just wanted to talk through is I'm posting office hours to my bulletin board. I'll post those momentarily. And I'm going to refine them on a weekly basis. The issue I continue to run into is I have to meet with Father Beretta a lot via Zoom, Mr. Zerba and Mrs. Longo as part of the academic team to make sure that everything's going smoothly for you in all of your classes. So I'm trying to balance that with the need to provide you office hours. So what I'm leaning towards is I will do 2 office hours a day, Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday each week. I think that'll be manageable for me and reasonable for you. I'll try to keep those in the afternoon so that all of you can attend, those of us that are sleeping a little bit longer in this second week. The other thing I want to just talk through briefly is the importance of office hours. Not only did, I would say, about 6 of you stop into my office hours in week 1, but you did, and it allows me to share my screen and kind of talk through each of these things with you. That, of course, that opportunity is available to you for week 2 and moving forward. And what I really am looking forward to is kind of hearing your thoughts about America entering World War I and what that means not only then, but all the way up in 2020 today. So I hope you and your families remain healthy and safe during this time. Miss teaching you guys in class, miss seeing you live, and miss the traditional give and take. Feel free to stop in at any of my office hours this week. You'll find the link and further information on the bulletin board right where you see this video. All right, guys,